What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sector for Nerds, and today I'm here to give you guys my thoughts on why I think that The Force Unleashed is the greatest Star Wars video game of all time. Before we begin, make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. Plenty of great content every single week, nothing that you guys want to miss out on. I think the first time that I touched this game might have been, 2012, 2013, whenever I had possession of the Xbox 360, was the first time that I touched these games, the Force Unleashed games, and my gosh, what great games they were. This was out at a time as well, right? Like in those 2000s where Star Wars was just putting out video game after video game, banger after banger, and this was one of those games that just always stuck out with me. I love the character of Starkiller. I love his story throughout the game. I love the gameplay itself and the idea that the Force is basically your weapon in this game. You use it to, throw stormtroopers around. You can push trees and debris at people. You can throw people off cliffs, like all this crazy stuff. Yeah, you have a lightsaber, which, yeah, you can definitely use that as well, but I feel like the more you use the lightsaber in that game, like, the more boring it gets. Like, the fun that I always have with that game is, like, using the Force and, like, what creative ways can I use it to destroy my opponents. Maybe I want to lift one of these troopers up, zap them with a little bit of force lightning, and then throw them across the hallway. Maybe I want to take a stormtrooper and like lift him up, throw him into a wall, and then stab him with my lightsaber. Like, there's so many different options. The gameplay is always a lot of fun. The maps that you get to go on are a lot of fun. The boss battles are like a good level of difficulty. In the earlier parts of the game, you're going up against different Jedi, right? Like, you go up against Kazdan Paratus, you go up against Ram Koda, against Shaak Ti. And then once you get into, like, the back half of the game, you're going up against different people. Like, you end up going up against this droid named Proxy, who's, like, first your ally, and then he starts, like, going against you a little bit, like, transforming into all these different Jedi, and then eventually turns into Darth Maul. Like, that's crazy. There's the battle where you have to, like, pull the Star Destroyer out of the sky. Like, oh, it's crazy. And then, of course, the final boss battle in that game, you go up against Darth Vader on the Death Star, and then you've also got the choice of going up against Palpatine at one point as well. Basically, the first half of the game, for those who haven't played it, is like, you go around as this, killer for the Empire, right? And you're going up against all these Jedi, you're taking them out. You're going to these different planets like Kashyyyk and Felucia, Raxus, and you're basically creating all this havoc, right? You're creating chaos. And then when the point comes in the game where you get betrayed by Vader, and then you kind of like start your own crew and you try to build up a little bit of a rebellion to go up against the Empire, then Starkiller has to pretty much go back to all these planets that he created havoc on and then has to fix them. But all the meanwhile, he is still loyal to Vader in all of this. But even then, Vader ends up betraying him, and then Starkiller realizes what it is that he has to do. Anyone who has not played this game before, I highly recommend it. I think it was released initially in 2008, I'm pretty sure. Gosh, geez, now that I'm thinking about it, that means that the game's what, like over 15 years old? Jeez, where does time go? But yeah, I'm a big fan of that game, and I'm a big fan of those characters. You got Starkiller, who's obviously your main character, the person that you play as the whole time. You've got Proxy in there, I mentioned a little bit about him. And then you've also got Juno Eclipse. She becomes like the pilot of the crew. And then also Starkiller's love interest later in the game. And then eventually you get like Ram Koda to join the crew as well. So it's a lot of fun. And it really shows like the formations of the rebellion as legend would have it, right? Like this idea that Starkiller would help sort of get the rebellion started with Bail Organa, with a lot of the, senators that you see, Mon Mothma. I remember the Kazdan Paratus fight I always had struggle with. He was always one of the bosses that I always struggled to go up against. Shaak Ti, it was always hit or miss for me. Sometimes I'd get her on like the first try, and then other times it would take me a couple. And then of course, like, the Vader fight at the end too was a bit challenging. Same when you go against Sidious, that one's pretty challenging. Highly recommend that you guys go and check out this game. It's a lot of fun. I think they did I don't know if they did a remaster for it, but they like brought the game to, I know they brought it to the Switch, but they might have brought it to the PlayStation 5 now as well. I actually might have to check that out myself, to be honest, because yeah, I haven't touched that game in so long. Oh, and the DLC missions for that game is fun too. It basically follows Starkiller around through like if he ends up, what if he ends up, joining Palpatine, join the dark side completely, and then you have to like go to, I think, like Tatooine, and you get to go up against Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then eventually as well you go to Hoth and you fight Luke Skywalker. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That is my thoughts on The Force Unleashed, why I think it's the greatest Star Wars game of all time. And yeah, you guys are going to have to let me know if you guys have played this game before, if it's a game that you have fond memories of. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with others to help support the channel, and I will see you guys next time.